Hello, my beautiful Virgos. Laura here, and I'm going to do a general message for anyone that lands on this. Know that this is going to be a timeless message for Virgo, obviously, but if you happen to land on it and listen to it, the message is for you because psychic energy works that way. Like goes to like. You're a magnet of who and what comes to you. So it's not a mistake if you wound up. But again, the message is really intended for Virgo because this is a Virgo channel. First card that popped out, again, almost I couldn't get that up, is self-critical. Now, no, for those of you that are new to my channel, I always open up my readings looking at the spiritual energy first, because the spiritual energy can let us see what's dictating your situation, how you can heal your situation a lot of times is by understanding what the spiritual block is. So, first card out is self-critical. I never know whether Spirit's going to talk about your personal message first, whether a love message or whether it's career or finance. We never know. But it looks like right now it's starting with, again, your own personal healing message. Again, this is for you, Virgo. And it's very common that Virgos are self-critical. We tend to be perfectionists. And this intimidates other people, and it actually triggers us because, first of all, when you try to be perfect, that's overstimulating, right? Or where there is no such thing as perfect. We shoot for excellence, and excellence is when we find our own unique style and individuality. So a lot of times self-critical people were taught to be self-critical by who raised them, their environment, and then the demands that they put on themselves because they want to be perceived as a certain way. They have an expectation of what they want things to look like before they've actually found their style. And that, again, is why we have self-critical, because again, when you find your style, you're not really critical of it. You're not critical of how good you do or how bad you do. The fear, when we're self-critical, there's a lot of fear. Because again, what are we thinking? Again, we're judging ourselves. And self-denying. So maybe again, you have false perceptions about yourself. Now, again, Virgo, this could be you or someone you're connected to. Again, it could be just the dominant energy that's influencing your reading. And understand, if you're connected to someone that's very obsessive, they're going to be all over your reading. You're not going to be all over your reading. So it's, again, take it as it resonates. But someone, because they're very self-critical, is denying themselves, and they're critical of themselves because I feel like they deny themselves. So it's kind of like a loop, meaning if I'm living for someone else or trying to please someone else and I'm not pleasing myself, I'm denying myself, then I'm not going to like what my life looks like. And then I'm going to be self-critical about my life because I don't like what it looks like. I'm also going to be self-critical about the fact that I don't like what everyone's telling me that I should like. So there's almost like a sense of, again, maybe you're connected to someone, Virgo, because most Virgos know, I don't want to say that like it's a standard, but being a Virgo myself, we tend to be very clear about what we want and what we don't like, and we don't let people come in and manipulate. So it's, again, I feel like someone's self-denying themselves because, again, maybe they feel like they're not good enough for you. But again, where did those thoughts come from? They came from, again, past relationships that this person went through. And I feel like they weren't happy with the person that they were with. And so, again, sometimes relationships go really fast where person gets pregnant, there's a lot of obligations where a person is into the relationship. They two people never took the time to nurture the relationship. It almost seems like one person really wants the relationship, the other person doesn't. That's why this person's self-denying themselves. And because they self-denied themselves, they tried to not deny themselves by kind of doing things shady. So they cheated, and now they're self-critical because someone's telling them how bad that they were. And so again, the empathy, this person is a highly sensitive person. So it's again, I don't know if this is you, that you're with somebody, Virgo, that you don't want to be with, and you're denying yourself, and you're again feeling what someone else wants more than what you want. It's again, and then you're also being manipulated, where you're becoming very self-critical about yourself because again, you're not happy in a relationship or in a situation, but you feel like you should be. So it's almost like I feel like you're connected to someone that's in this situation and they're acting like a martyr. They're acting like a martyr. And it's again, but they think that they're doing the right thing because they're again an empath. And so they're feeling what the person is, and that's the thing. When you are a highly sensitive person or an empath and you form an emotional connection, and it doesn't mean that you love the person, but the person has control over you, and they could have control over you because maybe at one time you did love them, or maybe at one time you went into business with this person. Doesn't necessarily mean love. It could just mean, again, where you see a person every day and you're giving a person energy every day, you form an emotional connection to that person because that's just what happens. And so then if you never really loved that person that you're with, and this person is making you feel like you should, it's again, and you're an empath, well, then and then you're going to be self-critical. So I kind of feel like you're connected to someone that needs to get away from this person so that they can think right, because it's almost like this person that they're connected to is almost like trying to convince them, you do like this is how we are, this is what it should be. And the person's like, I don't want this. And why I say that is like clear karmic programs of intolerance. It's again, when you don't like something, when something doesn't work for you, you don't tolerate it. You shouldn't tolerate it. Intolerance means like I can't like I'm allergic to it. We've heard of that, right? You have an intolerance to milk. It's again like it's a program, is almost like you've been programmed to please someone else. But a lot of times, again, if you were an empath and a highly sensitive person, then what happens is people use your emotions against you. They do, because especially if that's how you got acceptance, if that's how you got love. And it seems that you're connected, Virgo, to someone, or this could be you, take it as it resonates, but I'm feeling more like it's the other person, that you're connected to someone that's self-denying themselves. And it's because they're self-critical, because they, again, they feel what the other person wants and does. And it's again, they're being emotionally bombarded by it. And really the person knows what they have to do. They know that they have to, like, to clear it, they need to change. And I feel like they're afraid. So how do you play out in this scenario? Because it's like, again, I'm really not feeling like the person's connected to you at all right now. So you may be connected to them, Virgo. You may be someone that's again, persevere. Yeah, there is a sense of feeling like this connection can work through, on not the connection that the person's in, but a connection again. So almost like maybe you know that they're really unhappy, and there's a sense that you feel like they're coming back to you. This is, again, the underlying spiritual energy that's influencing your relationship. So again, you can see perseverance could also be that this person feels like they're going to persevere. The person that, like your person is in a power struggle. It's a spiritual power struggle with a karmic. The karmic still wants this relationship to the point that they are again in trying to influence them. They know that they're an empath. They know that they can manipulate them. They know that they have made this person feel bad about themselves, and they've gotten the person to deny themselves on more than one occasion. But it's again, I feel like you know that you're in a connection to this. If you're listening, that's because you have a connection to this person, and you'd feel like again love conquers all, and that somehow this person's going to come out of it. And I believe that the person that's connected to your person feels like they can persevere to win, because that's how they're looking at this, like almost like I'm going to win, you're not going to get away from me. It's a very weird type of energy, almost very obsessive. So let's look at the triggers between, actually let's look and see how you play into the situation, because it's almost like this is a connection with your person, somebody else, and I'm not even feeling your person. I'm feeling almost like the person that they're connected to is dominating the reading. So if you've gotten a reading and you're like, that's not me, then understand it's the person that they're connected to that they do not want to be with. It's again, but their energy is so obsessive and there's so much energy behind it that that's what really comes through. Okay, so again, the chariot reverse. So nothing's, you're not moving forward. There's nothing really moving, and that we can see why, because your person is tied up in this situation. So what happened with you and your person? Why is there a separation? Like what happened? How did you get together with a person that is like this? Let's see. Okay, 5 of Wands. Yeah, there was like a lot of conflict, and I feel like your person is keeping the peace though. It's like that's why it's reversed. There's a sense of that this person doesn't want to be there, but they're kind of biting their tongue, keeping their peace, and kind of keeping stagnant, not moving, kind of tapping in, watching what this person is going to do next. And that's why if you're not feeling your person, it's because your person mentally is not, again, anywhere around you. They are dealing with their person. Again, 5 of Cups, melancholy. They're really depressed. They're not happy. They're not happy in this connection. They're not happy. I feel like your person has not been happy with a karmic for a really long time. And because they weren't happy, they decided to kind of have their cake and eat it too, but not for the mean reasons. And I feel like they must have drawn an attraction or again a connection to you, but they were never planning on it. So a lot of times that's what it takes for a person to get out of this type of situation, just so you know. Yeah, like King of Swords, cooperation. So it's again, it's reversed. So there's a sense of this person knows what they have to do to come forward to you. They know, but they're not really cooperating with anyone. They're just kind of going along with certain things, and there is a sense of where the person that's connected to them knows that they are not happy, knows that they don't really want to do it, and if the person doesn't care. It's cooperation, but it's reversed. It's like, yeah, I'm going along with it, but this isn't really what I want. So it's like kicking and screaming. So like picture a trying to put a cat in water. Like again, like and making a cat take a bath with you. It's again, that a cat that hates water. It's like it's gonna fight you. So this is the energy there. Like, yeah, I'm going along with it, but you know that it's like pulling teeth and I don't really want to be there. I'm depressed. I'm melancholy. It's like it's obvious I'm just suppressing that I really want to argue with you. I'm keeping my life on hold. The person knows it. The person knows that there's someone else. That I just got that. I just intuitively got that. That it's like your person knows that there's somebody, that your person's that is connected to your person knows that there's someone else. Now, do they know that it's you? No. It's again death, but this relationship is going to come to an end. It's again, there's only so long that this could last. It's almost like your person is going to end it one way or the other. Either they're going to move on with someone else, may it be you, or may it be someone else, or they're just going to, again, like, and just walk away and this relationship. It's again that they one way or the other this relationship is going to end. Your person is kind of waiting on something. This is what I'm feeling, and that has to happen because it's like it's not it's like this person is not happy at all. It's again, and there's the Hierophant. So, and there's almost like this person knows that they need to end it in order for their own healing. So if you feel like your person really isn't around you, it's because they're dealing with all this. They're waiting on some sort of money. They're waiting on something to get out of their situation. But it's again, 8 of Cups. So we can see it's again moving on. Now, it's almost like not worth it for me to like, see, I'm going to leave it right there. I'm not even going to go into an extended. So I'm feeling, Virgo, if you don't feel the reason why your person, like if you don't feel your person and you normally do, it's because they're wrapped up in this situation. You know what I can do? I can ask what they're going to do, whether they're going to come back to you, Virgo. Let's see. Because right now, it's again, like this is not a short win thing. This has been going on for a little bit of time now. I've been doing Virgo readings and they've been similar, but almost now with that I feel like your person is like finally getting to the point where they're like, I'm stifled myself long enough. Like I need to like be happy, and that's really their energy. Like they're looking for healing. Love was not on this board at all. What was on this board is conflict. What's on this board is a lot of self-denying, a lot of like healing, really energy and healing. Why I say that is because your person's realizing that their sensitivity is really like their downfall. They're being controlled and manipulated by it. And you know that they're in a power struggle with a person, with a karmic that they don't want to be with. So that's the energy, and that they're dealing with it because they were waiting on money or waiting for something, but it's again coming to an end. They know that it's coming to an end. How do you feel about it? It's again the Sun, like you're not happy about it. Like again, success upside down. So I feel like by the time your person comes back to you, there is a sense that you've moved on. There's a sense that you don't look at them the same way anymore. Because the Sun upside down is not a positive card. It's again, I look at that like almost like a negative card. Now these 2 cards fell out. So again, there's going to be communication, okay? And where I feel like your person tries to, again, strength, tenderness, that's the word that they associate it with on this deck. So what does that mean? Well, strength and tenderness, like tenderness is that I feel like you're angry and you don't see you being happy with this person. And inevitably, I feel like you don't trust this person. So that's an issue. But I feel like once you communicate to your person and they talk to you, and they talk to you in such a way that's soft and, you know, that you're going to find the internal strength. Because when it's tenderness, like obviously you want to rip their head off. They've been away and kind of like wrapped up in a weird situation here, attached to a karmic. I don't really feel like they've talked to you. I think that you look at them differently because of how this person that they're connected to was manipulating them, and you never saw them in this type of light. You saw them as this very strong person. And the key is that to see is that they're not strong, that and in order for your relationship to work with this person, Virgo, if you want it to work, is you have to display tenderness. And I feel like you're going to do it because that's what I see here, but that's your success. Because it's again, this person is not happy. They're going through hell right now. They need to clear like the karmic programs of intolerance within, again, which is this relationship, which is their behaviorisms of doing what other people want because of their sensitivity, because they got acceptance through, again, emotionally doing for other people, or utilizing their energy to make someone else happy. And so they self-deny themselves in the process, and then they think very little of themselves because of it. So it's gotten to the point where they were easily guilted and manipulated, where they felt bad about themselves, but now they're feeling bad about themselves for different reasons, I should say. They felt bad about themselves because someone was telling them, you're a piece of shit, there's something wrong with you, you're not good enough, where this person was self-denying themselves to please the person that they're connected to, because that's what they felt. They were intimidated to do so. And so they, again, felt like they should, that's the right thing. They were very critical of themselves because they didn't really bond with this person, it seems like, or grow that emotional connection, that depth that you have with a person. So they were faking it or trying to go fake the funk. And now they're looking at themselves like, well, they're being self-critical because they're like, why am I faking the funk? What am I doing? So this person is actually changing, but they're on hold. They're on hold because the person that they're connected to is like, I know that you don't want to be here with me. I know that you're not happy. It's like, I know that you're like, you really want to fight with me, but you're suppressing it. I know that's what it is. I know that you're miserable and again, like, are sad. I know that somebody is waiting for you, most likely, because someone is always waiting for you. But I'm not going to cooperate with you. I'm not going to cooperate with you. Like, it's again, I'm not going to do it. It's like, I don't care if you're not happy. And so that's made you not happy because you're like, okay, well, this person's like in a Mexican standstill. Why aren't they doing anything? It makes you not happy. So again, but it finally does end with them and them because your person doesn't want, but they're in a power struggle right now. Person that they're connected to doesn't care. Thinks, again, I'm going to win, but your person's going to move on. And then they're going to come to you for healing. Very typical Virgo trait. So if you're looking for this person to come back with love and romance, that's not going to be it, Virgo. Because again, they're going to be looking for healing. And if you want to be with this person, you have to be, again, find that internal strength, even though, like, again, the way that they handled their situation might not have been good. You, again, have to find that softness within yourself. Again, the tenderness, that internal strength to do so when you communicate, because this person wants to communicate to you. I just feel like they took a long time to come back, and because they were dealing with this, but understand they weren't, they were being manipulated again, and they also know they wouldn't be able to come back with things like that with somebody, a karmic attached to them, where I feel like that person was like, you owe me. You're going to stay right here. Let's look at the spiritual triggers between you and your person. And we kind of know already. I mean, with this, again, abandonment, obviously, which should be one of them. And there's also a sense of pride. and person didn't really show who they truly were. But let's just look at what the cards, what spirit tells us. Again, time. I felt you had more time for other people than me. You have become too busy for this connection. So again, the person didn't give you the time, and they didn't give you the time because again, they were wrapped up with that situation. So that's your trigger, but you have to again not take it personally, that everybody has a process. And that's what unconditional love is that we learn that a lot of times we don't like how our person handles things or what things look like, but underneath it all, there is unconditional love. But your trigger is time. You felt like the person didn't give you any time, and that bothers you because, again, probably bothers you because the person didn't build up enough of an emotional connection to you and they didn't give enough. So, and they have a hard time showing that to begin with, and that's why they didn't do it so unconsciously. But that's a trigger for you. Forgotten. I felt invisible and forgotten by you as if I never existed. So there's a sense of, again, person didn't give you time and then they weren't around. And I also feel like you detached from them and you triggered them because you were like, oh yeah, well, you're not going to give me time. Well, peace out. I'm not going to be around for you. I'm not going to chase you. I feel like your person thought that you were going to chase them. This is very common for, again, people that have normally gotten a lot of attention from other people, and this person clearly did because they were attached to someone else and the whole time they're cheating, and they meet you, they don't expect to meet you. It's again, that's why you come up strong in this reading, and this person didn't really know how to deal with it. They didn't give you time, they didn't treat you like somebody special, they tried to treat you like everyone else, and that didn't work. And the reason, and then because you wouldn't mold to them, they treated you like, okay, well, I don't really care, like you were forgotten, but you didn't give them, they expected you to chase, and you didn't, you acted like forget it. So both of you guys both have that trigger. So it's again, that's abandonment of, you forgot about me, I wasn't worth anything to you, you didn't give me any time, I'm not important. So again, that emotional abandonment that I am seeing play out in both of you. And then mask. I got tired of the mask you wore and decided to expose all your lies. So I kind of feel like this person felt like if you really liked me, you would have chased me. And because you didn't, I like exposed it. It's again, and I didn't chase you. So there was also a lot of, again, manipulation and control, which happens, again, when you have two people that are not on the same vibration, right? The two people that are, one person's on a higher vibration, they tend to like be comfortable in giving emotion. And like a lot of times when we're with someone that can't give us emotion, they project. But meanwhile, they're like projecting that we're wearing a mask. But meanwhile, they're kind of wearing a mask because they weren't giving. They acted like, oh, it just, I don't really care about you. Again, that's the mask. The mask is, I don't care about you because you didn't do what I wanted you to do. And then once you didn't do what I wanted you to do, I projected, I played games. But really, they were the ones that didn't give the time. So they played a lot of games in trying to manipulate you. And mainly because they couldn't be in a regular relationship because they were connected to somebody else. Okay, argument. When I feel angry and irritated, I will start an argument if not soothed. So again, this person wanted you to chase them. They assumed that you were going to. Yeah, I didn't give you the time. I figured that you would yell at me and say, give me the time, give me the time. I want you to give time. And it's like, and you didn't. So this person wore a mask. And then it's again, they're saying that you wore a mask, like you cared about me and you didn't give, but really I believe that they wore a mask and then they and I believe that they lied. I believe that people that have a lot of spiritual wounds, they project, and they project where you don't love me, when it's like really the person's not giving or showing any love. So, and they're the ones that pretended like you didn't matter. So again, they did this because they were connected to someone else and they really couldn't give. And they wanted to kind of keep this relationship like in a box, but you can't, with a soulmate twin flame relationship, keep that in a box. Eventually the relationship grows. The passion of the relationship is, again, there's too much fire in Promethean fire. Wait, where is that card? There's too much, there's just too much fire in that. Can't find it. But there's just too much of a connection for like a soulmate twin flame relationship to just end. And I believe too that your person feels like, again, that the person that's connected to your person feels this way about your person too. Like, you just forget about me. Like, you don't really care about me, and that's why I'm like manipulating you. Like, you just, you don't really give me the time. You don't soothe me to make me feel better. Again, when I say things that, again, that you're not giving me, and in that is why there's a need to control there. It's, again, this relationship is like almost built on dominance. Two came out, so I'm going to take them both. And it's like, I gave in to temptation and I wish I could take it back. So I believe that maybe this is where you come in. It's, again, that your person, I believe on your person just would like their life to be easy. And at this point, they're like, I wish I could take everything back. I wish I never cheated on the person that I'm with. I wish that I never got involved so much with you while I'm still involved in this situation. And I wish I could take it back, because all of it, your person looks bad on through every person's eyes, through the person that they're connected to the person that, that to you, to, again, everybody. And it's mainly because they were a highly sensitive person, and in trying to please everyone else, it's, again, they did things that they didn't really want to do in order to appease this connection that they don't really want to be in. And it's, again, they never expected to fall in love or even have a relationship with you. So where do you fall? What messages would they have for you? What are the hidden truths? Let's ask that, because it's like, I didn't see you really come up in this. I feel like this is all about a story about someone that you're connected to and someone else. And yes, your person feels bad that what they've done, but I feel like they've done it to multiple people, not just you, because they were trying to stay in a relationship that doesn't really work. So what are the hidden truths between you and this person? I know I messed up everything. So it's, again, that your person is so wrapped up in this bullshit that they're like, I can't even deal with what I've done to you. I already know that things, again, aren't good between us. And I think that's because they didn't give you any time. I feel like this person didn't give anybody time, because when you breadcrumb everybody, nobody gets anything. And then everyone found out that you breadcrumbed everyone. So obviously this is why you messed up everything and why everyone looks at you that way. And it's time to clear the programs of intolerance. It doesn't work. Stop faking the funk. That's what your person needs to stop doing. Stop faking the funk. It's, again, I am not available. So your person right now, this is why you are not showing up in their reading. It's because, again, number one, I know I messed up everything, so I can't even deal with this because I'm not available, because I'm dealing with all this shit. What is their message to you if they had any? Again, your soulmate, twin flame relationship. If they have a message for you, what would it be? I long for you but can't express it. I'm trying to heal my childhood wounds so I don't hurt you again. So I believe again that your person, what I said about them being an empath and getting their love and their support from doing and being a people pleaser in childhood. It's again by using their energy to give other people. They got themselves into a karmic relationship that they're not happy with. And that person has manipulated them to the point that the relationship has been over. Your person has become very self critical about themselves. They have a bad self esteem because of it. They didn't give anybody time. It's again, they don't want to be with the person that they're connected to. So they didn't really give that time, and they didn't give you time because they were afraid to form that emotional connection. They get tired of a mask. I believe that the mask of, like you trying to pretend that everything was okay when things weren't, or again, um, you know, really, I don't really believe that you wore a mask. I believe that they were the ones that wore a mask and you exposed them of their lies after a while because you saw that they were connected to someone else, or actually you see that they are wearing a mask and you see that they've told a lot of lies and now you see them differently, and that's why they know that they've messed everything up. And they know in order for them to really even be able to come back, that they would have to heal everything. And what they say is, well, I'm not available because right now it's like cat's out of the bag. You know everything about me, and I have to deal with all this, but I'm not happy. I've been self denying myself, and I really need to clear the karmic programs of intolerance. I wish I could take it all back. It's like I gave into temptation because I believe like this person that they're connected to lured them back somehow. I believe that the connection has been on, off, on, off, on, off. Again, a lot of manipulation, but your person, like, again, does see the connection with you. They, again, miss the friendship, they miss the love, they miss everything about it, but they know that they have to heal themselves. And part of healing themselves, I don't know whether they are conscious that they know that they need to heal their childhood wounds, but they know that they have to heal this relationship. And the dominance in this relationship is kind of like the dominance that they grew up with in childhood, where there was a parent, a father figure that was very dominant to them, like controlled them. And they have a lot of wounds because of it. And now it's kind of replaying out within this karmic connection. They have to heal it in order to come back to you. I want to just see two more we'll ask for about the soulmate twin flame relationship, just to see what the karmic connection is. What's the healing message? What can we do? Okay, these feelings overwhelm me and I became afraid. Sometimes I even run away from you because of it. So it's again, your person never intended to have feelings for you. I feel like that's why you're a secondary thing. They're dealing with, again, a lot of chaos within their relationship where they see that it's very dysfunctional. They're not happy. There's a lot of manipulation. One person wants it, the other person doesn't. The other person believes that this is my soulmate, you're my forever. And your person's like, no, I'm not. They, again, do have feelings for you. They never expected to have those feelings. It's, again, this relationship between you and them are the catalyst for their healing, but they're in the process of that healing. That's why you're not really feeling them. That's why there's really no communication. That's really why this person's not in your life right now, because they know that they can't. They would have to heal all that, meaning all that is with them and their relationship with their if this is an X, make it really an X. And if you can't, then, and you're miserable, then get to the root of why. Again, with your empathy, with your sensitivity, learn to differentiate whose energy is whose and heal the karmic wounds of childhood. It's, again, where where you associate dominance and control with love, because that's not what you feel is love, but you associate with it because that's what the parent did. And I believe that the feelings that they have for you are so deep because they're a soulmate twin flame relationship, because those relationships are made to pull out all the trauma, all the hurt, all the pain for healing, right? To transmute it. And how do we transmute it? We transmute it with love, unconditional love, and that the soulmate twin flame connection has. So that's where your person is now, though. They're afraid, they're like, wow, this relationship is really deep. It has to be really real. I have to be really real, and I haven't been really real. And you exposed the mask. You exposed that within them. I think that that's actually really what it means, is that like you exposed their mask. It's again, and you exposed their lies to themselves, to themselves. So they didn't think that you were a mask. In actuality, you see that they were wearing a mask. It's again the bow. I do feel like a lot of times in these karmic relationships, and again, soulmate twin flame relationship is karmic because it's all about learning, and that's what karma means, is that there's a lot of projection. In order for us to see our shadow, a lot of times something that our ego has completely covered up, something that we've detached from, something that we have dissociated from, we project that trauma onto someone else. And I believe that that's what your person did. They were like, you're wearing a mask and I'm exposing you because you're not kissing my ass and doing what I feel like you need to do in order to prove to me how much you love me, even though I'm not giving anything and I'm attached to someone else. I wanted to departmentalize you, and you didn't allow them, and they see that this twin flame soulmate relationship it's not possible. But if they're afraid of it, because it's again, it's very powerful, it's very profound. um I'm going through a dark night of the soul. Nothing in my life is making sense. And it's not, because you were the catalyst to that, Virgo. So I'm going to leave it there because it's already 42 minutes and that's a long time. So we can see what happened with your person. Your person, like, again, was kind of faking the funk, trying to go along with the situation, being a martyr, and they see that they can't, though they stifled it down a lot. Unconditional love is the most powerful energy. It will transmute any spiritual karmic block that there is. And that's what is happening now. But it is not an easy process for your person. So understand that. So if you want to be with this person, you definitely want to be a little bit more patient. I'm just going to pull one more for kicks out of the heart deck, because I want to just see. It's again, trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. So there is a sense that, if you're patient with this person and you realize that they're really a good person, a sweet person. I mean, they're an empath. They want to do the right thing. So in that, they have denied themselves, and in that they've had to wear a mask, and they never expected to fall in love, but they do have genuine feelings for you. They do know that you're actually the catalyst for their transformation. Now, if you again accept all this, again, and that means the good, the bad, the ugly. Again, the person didn't really handle it right. They were very kind of immature. They didn't share a lot. You would have probably never gotten into a relationship with them. But if you love this person and you can look through past all this and realize that we're all work in progress, and the person, again, their intention was never really to hurt anybody. It's that the relationship, again, you can't help who you fall out of love with, or if you were never in love and then the relationship just happened super fast. That, again, and you can see how a person can try to make something work. That's what this looks like. And they tried to make it work for a long time. And in doing that, they had to suppress themselves. And then they didn't suppress themselves. They kind of lived a double life where they wore a mask and they lied about who they were. But in that process, they grew feelings for you they never expected to have. So you're the catalyst for them to leave, to change, to heal. Now, the thing though is if you can trust that this relationship could work after all of that, what the spirit is saying is that this relationship can transform into something really beautiful, something really wonderful. But it's up to you. That's the message for you, Virgo. Now, if you resonate, give me a like, comment the word healer in your comment bar, and subscribe to the channel. You can win a free psychic reading. And remember, psychic readings, the people that win, I always write a little comment underneath it. If you've gotten one of those comments, please email me at pureenergyhealer70@gmail.com, and we can set up a time for you to get your free psychic reading. All right, guys, until next time, be true to you. Bye bye.